What was that kind of a... I don't even know what that was.
Third Degree Burns, our new band. There we are. Welcome back to Andertons TV.
Wow.
Got some Burns guitars for you today.
Band straight out the gate. Lee, before we go on, please, housekeeping.
Okay, housekeeping means please like and subscribe this channel. Every new subscriber helps, and every time we get to 50,000 new subscribers, we give something away. If there's a particular guitar in this video you want to see and it's further on, timestamps are below and you can choose one. And I should say as well, we have full international shipping on these guitars, so even if you live on the other side of the planet, we can help. Anyway, on with the video. Those of you big Burns fans out there probably tuning in going, oh, I hope Lee's got an update for us of where Burns going. Well, I kind of haven't really. As you may or may not know, I kind of got involved with a consortium of people that bought the Burns brand
How's that going?
3 years ago. Oh, painful, man. Combination of COVID and just how complicated it's been to try and make the changes that we wanted to make to the Burns guitar. The aficionados will know we've been working with people like Trev Wilkinson and Alan Entwistle and a host of different other builders and designers to try and they bring back
They had a lot going on back then, didn't they? Had a lot going on that wasn't easy to... Anyway.
What we decided to do, because it was taking so long to try and get us to where we wanted to be, and we're probably still a year away from feeling like there's anything new to come out, was to go back to some of the designs that were made by the previous Burns owner and do another run of those. And they are kind of the previous range of Burns guitars, or what these are, they're kind of like the essence of Burns, so that a lot of the body shapes are kind of right.
Headstock.
Some of the headstocks obviously, which is pretty iconic with the Burns thing. They get those kind of right. But then pickups are largely pretty faithful recreations of how they used to be, but things like the tremolo systems and the bridges and stuff like that and the machine heads are not indicative of how Burns guitars used to be made, and that's, as a side thing, that is what's taking us the longest to try and recreate. Anywho,
what's that say under?
So we decided to read it Club Series.
Oh!
So we have 5 maybe different guitars that we've just done another sort of small run. They're highly affordable. I'll be honest with you, these are going to be cheaper than what the new stuff that comes out because we've gone into so much more sort of detail behind trying to recreate them. So these are all highly affordable, and to be honest with you, I just think at the moment they're quirky and cool enough.
Different, isn't it?
I think, to still have people going, you know what, I'm excited to see what Burns are doing in the future, but actually that's what I want for now.
I like this
one.
So, I like that.
Where would you like me to start?
I don't know, whatever you like.
Well, you know what? I'm going to put a guitar down. I'm running out of stands. I'll have to have this on my lap. We will start with
Start with this one?
Probably one of the most iconic Burns guitars. Probably the one that you've seen copied the most over the years. So this is called a Marquee. It's kind of like a cut down version of the guitar that Hank Marvin played when he was a Burns user. The fans will notice that, of course, although it's retained things like the scroll headstock and the resomatic pickups, and it's retained the sort of the rough body shape and the pick guard, it's obviously a much simplified sort of knife edge style strap trem.
Oh, it's like a little, sits in a little thing there, doesn't it?
This metal bar is what's screwed to the body, and the trem unit is actually a separate piece that goes in on a knife edge. Yeah, exactly like that. Nice. But the things like if you look on the back of it, the trem block and everything is much like a regular vintage trem would be. Yeah. So that's the Marquee. Let's have a look. Resomatic pickups were the pickup that Burns kind of designed for Hank when he said, I just want it to be more stratty sounding. So that's really all the Resomatic is 6 pole pieces, a wound single coil pickup, 6 pole pieces, quite stratty. These are available in a range of colours, which you'll be able to see on our website, along with all the spec and everything, and are £399. Wow.
Right, so 5-way, volume, tone, pull.
Pushy
pulley. So when you're on this one,
that was not on an original Burns.
Was it
I know
not?
that, no.
Okay, well anyway, here's some tones. Sounds very familiar.
It does.
Yeah, here's these two pickups together. Straight into the little sister. Nice. It feels really familiar to play, you know, it's like a medium C sort of stratty type neck.
It's exactly what it is, Mr. Pete.
Is it?
I mean, it's very, very Fendery until you get to the fretboard radius, which is a 12-inch fretboard radius.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit flatter.
Yeah, I can feel that.
And it's an Akume body, so it's not something, again, like a Alder, which you might be more familiar with.
Is that mahogany, isn't it?
Yep.
I think. Here's the middle position. I don't even know what to play on this. It's kind of it's. You know what I mean?
It could be anything from, I've seen anything from Hank Marvin playing this all the way through to, Queens of the Stone Age, you see, with a Burns guitar, or, I don't know, Supergrass would have been, Gaz Coombs, I'm sure, is still doing a few festivals, but it's been a while since Supergrass has been in the top 10, but he was a big Burns user. It's just a classic, old-fashioned British looking guitar, isn't it?
We have to do this test, man. On these two.
Oh, the irony of slow dancing in a Burnsing room. I'm just saying.
The dad jokes, man. It's like, wow. But anyway, it sounds good. And there's no pedals.
No.
Sounds great. That's cool. Sometimes when guitars have that, you can't really hear that. You know what I mean? This you can definitely tell.
It's like a wider version of, when you have these two together or these two together. It's like a more extreme version of that, isn't it?
Put a little SP compressor. And some reverb from a Flint. Sort of more reverb on top of reverb.
Yes, man.
Yes. Yeah. Right, a bit of gain.
Anyway, look.
Nothing wrong with that.
So that is the Marquee. Colours will flash up on screen now. There is one version of the Marquee that before we move on, we should pull out. No, the black one.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so this is kind of like everything about the red guitar is the same. The difference is you can see now it's got the trisonic pickups on it.
Okay.
So trisonic was another Burns design. It's a bar magnet rather than 6 individual pole pieces. So I kind of think it's a bit misleading, because not misleading is the wrong word, but because they've drilled the holes on the pickup cover as 6 holes, you could be forgiven for thinking that's basically 6 pole pieces, but it's not. It's a single bar that runs all the way along.
Yeah, that'd be cool if you could see that, I think.
So it's a single bar. So little things like the fact that it's a bar, the fact that it's a metal pickup cover give it a slightly different sound to the Resomatic. The most famous Burns trisonic user is Brian May. He put those trisonic pickups on his Red Special.
Oh, yes.
Yes. It's got a bound neck and the black matching headstock, but it's just basically like a little special run version of the Resomatic. Same price,
cool.
but that's that.
Okay.
Do we want to hear that? Just
well,
so we can kind of hear what the... I'll take the red one.
Yeah, okay, right, here we go. Okay, so let's see, same configuration.
It is a slightly fatter sound. The Resomatic is thinner, like a more stratty kind of
that
classic
is
tone.
more stratty. This
Trisonic
is more like...
is a little bit fatter.
Yeah, they're more sort of, what's it called?
Microphonic.
Good band. Let's try some Dane.
I should say I'm conscious of the fact I've just used the term microphonic, which is it's
unpodded.
It's actually the
unpodded.
So the metal case will actually help with the shielding, but of course, as you touch it, will be likely to be more noisy.
Yeah.
So
touch sensitive, a bit like you, Lee.
Okay, so that's the Black Shadow version of the Marquee. Right, this next one is called the Burns Short Scale Jazz. Now, I've got to be honest with you, cool, I don't think I remember a Burns jazz guitar, but in 1962 they did do a jazz guitar, and it is this kind of more, I suppose, like a studenty edition guitar. I thought, I'm more familiar with things like Burns Vista Sonic and Split Sonics and stuff like that, which it's all a similar vibe. So you've, this particular one, the scroll headstock wasn't that widely used on the Burns range outside of the Marvin. Okay. Although again, I think it's an iconic thing. So this, I think they call this the Batwing headstock.
Yes, I like that.
So again, it's a bit more like a more Fender-esque style headstock. Here we've got two trisonic pickups and the same tremolo system that's off the Marquee. It is, if I remember rightly, it's a shorter scale length. So it's 24 3/4 inch scale length. And let's have a little listen to this. We're doing this in a couple of different colours, baby blue and red burst.
With a matching neck on it. Is that a thing? Is that
and it's a bit cheaper as well, so this is $349. Well, you can get all the detailed specs on the website, so yeah.
Let's see what it sounds like. So, three-way selector. Have we got
any anything does it? No, it's very simple.
Simple like me. Sounds great, man.
Pretty fat, those trisonics,
sounds really nice. That's no pedals at all.
Cool.
Oh, that's like a...
Peter Green, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did need some gain, that, doesn't it?
Fat. It is.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's a nice sounding back pickup, though,
Burns
isn't it?
used to do all sorts of weird wiring stuff. It's not uncommon to see on original Burns, they would have like a rotary control for the...
Really?
And they'd have a tone called the Wild Dog tone, and it was very reminiscent of that thin out... No, it didn't say. But that kind of thin, quacky, out of phase kind of tone.
That's super cool, that out of phase thing. Let me put the dude on here in the middle position. like that very much. That's
just
super
when
cool.
you thought it couldn't get any weirder,
safe to go back in the water.
Does. Jim Burns, yes, one of the most innovative, guitar makers on the scene back in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
He was trying all kinds of crazy stuff. So here is now the...
Look at that. Look at that.
The bass
neck.
6, or the 6, no, of course, what they call this, I guess to avoid being infringing any kind of copyrights, is called the Burns Short Scale Jazz 6 bass, as opposed to the bass 6 that another famous brand did.
I see.
If I'm totally honest with you, I don't know a lot about original ones of those, if indeed there even was an original one of these.
This is cool, man.
That's a Burns thing. Always used to do like a sunburst spray on the neck, which was kind of cool.
I like that.
You've got a Jazzmaster style trem system on here.
Yeah.
3
5-way selector
trisonic
switch.
pickups. Yeah. I don't think this does the... Oh, it does,
It does.
still do. Okay, I take that all back. So you've got that wiring option as well.
This is cool, man.
So this is a bass 6 or a 6 bass, if we're doing the Burns thing, is a standard E to E tuning, but everything an octave below a normal guitar.
So you just play your E chord.
Yeah, so these are going to come strung with something like an 85 at the bottom.
Yeah,
so
they're quite heavy, aren't they?
It's not as heavy a bottom E string as a traditional 4-string bass would have. Designed to be played like a hybrid instrument, kind of like half like a guitar, half like a bass, I guess. I'm going completely mad. I suppose I could just look, but has a Squier Bass 6 got a tremolo on it?
Oh, I think it does.
Yeah, I just trying to see what is.
But it has the switches. It has the switches, one for each pickup you turn on. With this, I prefer this actually because you've got the 5-way selector switch on it.
They're a very similar price to a Squier.
Okay.
There might be a smidgen cheap. Oh yeah, do you know what? Okay, so you're absolutely right. So the differences are. Squier are using regular single coil pickups. The Burns has got the trisonic.
Yeah.
You've got
5-way blade here instead of the...
As opposed to the switches to switch the pickups on and off. Absolutely. The trem system is the same. The Squier is on an offset style body design. The Burns is more again like the
I think I prefer this, you know.
Well, it's horses for courses, isn't it? You
Horses
guys, you
for
know, I shall stay Switzerland on this one, but of course I'm always slightly biased towards Burns. But
okay, so we were in the neck position. Here's the... middle. And then pull it out.
yeah.
But you know what you need with this? You need reverb and tremolo and...
I tell you, I don't know why I tell you who were good at Glastonbury, and you're playing, and it sort of reminds me of this was Royal Blood. So I was just thinking, bit of gain. I know they're not a bass 6 player, but I'm sure you could get.
Let's see.
There you go. You need an octave, fuzz, and a bass 6, and you're in the ballpark. So that's that one. Couple of different colours on that: green burst and baby blue.
Sorry.
No, go on.
No, go on. It's your turn to play now.
Before we leave the bass domain completely, let's just show the. I think probably the most famous Burns bass was the Bison bass, which hopefully will be coming as part of the sort of the reimagined stuff next year. But this is a Marquee bass.
Okay.
So using
the Marquee,
the Marquee sort of body shape, 3 bass trisonic pickups now, which are kind of cool. Obviously a more contemporary style, modern bridge, angled back headstock.
It's a bit G&L, this headstock.
It is a little, isn't it?
A little bit. I wonder who got what from who.
So I don't. Does this do a thing?
It does as well. Thing.
Wow. Obviously, we're not through a bass amplifier, but Pete will give you a little bit of a
Also,
a whirl.
5-way again. I like it. So it's the same config and all of it.
How many bass guitars have 3 pickups on it like that?
Well, some of those like PJ basses, haven't they? They got like.
But not with like a blade on it or anything like that. So don't know.
That's interesting. Interesting sound.
It's almost got like a double bass sound, hasn't it?
Almost like a little bit out of phase,
Anyway, there we go. A couple of basses for you, or a couple of colours, sorry, in the bass that'll be on screen now as well.
Now it's your turn.
Now,
it's your turn.
To use an old story, it's a bit like waiting for a London bus, isn't it? Waiting for an electric 12-string to come along. No sooner did Fender announce their 12-string Paranormal, but Burns come along and go, I see your 1 12-string. I raise you. Let's have 2 12-strings. So yes, be forgiven for sort of not immediately spotting that these are 2 different guitars here, but one is a sort of a kind of a remake or of the double 6 that was an old Burns guitar, believe it or not, that you can see in photographs being used by people like Elvis Presley, which is cool, in this colour. The other one they've done is a short scale jazz 12-string.
So a bit like this one, but like a 12-string?
Yeah, I don't... But if I'm totally honest with you, I think that there are a few differences between the two, but yes, there's no trem system on either. So the red one is the double 6 with the bridge system, which probably is slightly more similar to an original double 6. It was a one where the sort of bridge and tailpiece were one part.
I get really dizzy looking at that.
Trisonic pickups on it and a traditional 25.5-inch scale length.
A string through body, right?
Yep, string through body,
Good.
Which we'll have a strum in a minute of. Then the short scale jazz version is the 24.75-inch scale length with more of a tunematic style bridge and tailpiece on it. Got 2 controls and no funky wiring on this one. 3 controls and let's see, and funky wiring on this one.
Funky wiring.
Goodness me, I don't know if I want to be the guy that does the 12-string demo. Okay, let's take you through this now. Tuning a 12-string is a pain in the ass. If you've not had a 12-string before, the concept is here, obviously you've got 2 strings for each note. It's still your normal AED, GBE tuning. First 4 strings, the second string is an octave above, so you've got your regular E, your octave above E, and then your last 2 strings are tuned the same. But of course, you never, ever, ever manage to tune a 12-string properly. It is impossible.
That's the whole point
That's
of
the
it.
whole point of it, is those very slight pitch differences gives you the modulation. Which makes it sound like you're playing with like a chorus pedal on your sound.
It's pokey, that.
If you think of all your famous 12-string songs, Hotel California, More Than a Feeling,
the Bon Jovi one.
Yes, Wanted, Pink Floyd, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's the sound. I did the intro bit with my cloudburst as well, going.
Of course.
So the synthy bit you only get if you buy the pedal as well.
Probably costs almost the same as the guitar.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, I can't do it on this one. I'm going, that's stiff. I can't do it. Let's put some overdrive on. I don't really know whether anybody ever played 12-string with overdrive. Anyway, so that's the
pedigree.
That's the shorter scale one. Again, a couple of different colours in that, I believe, and then the sort of longer scale 6/6, which I think this is the one I played in the intro, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. This headstock is crazy.
For me, the longer scale length feels like my left hand is in a more natural position.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that'll all depend on what you're used to playing.
That's a nice fretboard, fingerboard as well.
Yeah.
That one. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. What's the Tom Petty song?
Oh yeah.
Learning to Fly.
No, but Free Falling.
Free Falling.
Which is the same, it's D, G and E, the standard 12-string. How does that go? Great tune.
What a great song that is.
Great tune.
Yeah.
Tom Petty,
He's
master songwriter, missed, and John Mayer's version is awesome as well.
Yeah. There you go.
Look at that, the red bass down the back of the neck. It's a cool thing, isn't it? The headstock is enormous.
It is enormous.
No idea
like
what kind of case or anything this fits in. If anything, I suspect it'll be one of those gig bags where you just have to have the top of the head sticking out of the top of it.
But that's cool these days. I've heard that's cool. That's all the old cool kids.
What all the cool kids do.
Yeah.
So look, there you go. A little bit of a fun trip down memory lane. I promise to all you Burns fans, as soon as there is something to show you from the stuff we've been working on, I will. But
we will
like I
be
said,
back,
we will.
Man.
But it won't
Absolutely.
be.
I can't wait
Again,
to check it out.
It will not be this year. So, like I say, a little bit of a rerun of some bits and bobs that the previous Burns owners were doing, and we thought, you know, it's great. Everything that you've seen in this video is about 400 quid.
It's amazing.
So it's
amazing.
You know, it's a perfect kind of guitar to kind of go, oh, it's a bit quirky. Maybe I'll use it for this or this. But yes, thank you for joining us again.
You don't have to be Montgomery Burns to buy one of these.
What he said. Au revoir. See you in a video soon.